So I got a little "Have you ever" here, Adam. You're free to join as you wish, but yeah,
I
just
have
a little
one more
segue.
question
Yeah.
because you know what? On my other job, I'm a lawyer, so I talk too much. My one other question to you is, when you think of playing defensive tackle and being a part of a dominant defensive line, what is the kind of scheme and technique that's going to enable a defensive line to really disrupt the quarterback and get consistent pressure? Because that's something Rutgers has struggled with last year.
Honestly, is having a group that's going to attack then react. Some schools react then attack. You have to attack your guy and then react to what they're giving you. It's all about aggression, mindset, and that's what we tell our guys here. Just about mindset and who. It's just like it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and 15, tied game. You got to go make a play. Your back is against the wall. Maybe you're down a touchdown. You got to go and make a play, and that's why I love playing defense. And that's why some schools might need is a guy that know that he's gonna go make a play. It's all about that trust. I know I'm gonna put this guy in. He's gonna go make a play. So that's why I want to build that Rutgers with myself, so they know. All right, I'm going in. I'm gonna make that play.
Yeah, well, I can tell you from talking to you just for a few minutes, man, you're incredibly mature. You've got the right mindset, and I think you're going to be a serious impact player for Rutgers. So we're thrilled to have you.
Sir, thank you.
Of course,
Yeah.
Babe.
Yeah. I mean, very well said. So going into this, "Have you ever?" This is really just not even as serious, but I just wanted to know some funny backstories, if you will. First one is: Have you ever made your opponent cry?
I think I did, like, it was sophomore year. I got a kid that said, "Please don't hurt me," and he started crying. But that was when I was like younger too. It was a little weird, but other than that, no.
Did you have like a
Uh,
big size advantage on him?
yeah. He was a smaller guy.
Yeah, because I remember middle school coach threw me in as a defensive lineman, and I was like 5'4", maybe 5'5", like 160, and the guy lined up
Really?
across me was like 6'3", 220. I was scared out of my mind. But yeah, so next one is: Have you ever caused a broken bone on the field?
I have. It was two back-to-back kids. I was on offense. I was trap pulling.
Yeah,
That was sophomore year as well.
sophomore year. You didn't know your own strength yet, huh?
Yeah, that was when I really found out what I'm really made of.
Yeah, and you still got one more year, and this is, I guess, technically your prime year for high school too. So I'm sure we'll have some more stories.
I
Have
feel
you?
bad for those high school players that don't oppose him. He's going to destroy them, and their self-esteem will be permanently damaged. But anyway, go ahead.
Have you ever faced off against the NFL legacy kid?
um, well, obviously, where I'm located, not as big as competition football. So until we really get into playoffs, like, 'cause I'm from Northeast PA. So I'll probably say a guy like right now, CJ Dupree, he's at the Patriots right now. His brother, Lakota Dupree, that's playing for James Madison. I went up against him freshman year.
Huh, we have a few James Madison guys on the squad now too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Madison, South Florida, a good number of transfers. Tavian, one of the things I think it applies not just to sports, to everything else, but it's this thing called consistency. And it's like, how do you make sure that you're performing at a high level week to week? And I struggle with that in my own job, and I think everyone does. So, what is the recipe for making sure that you can be as consistent as possible?
honestly, it's just like it's like a marking off every single day on a checkbook. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We know, okay, I gotta wake up this time for work. It's the same thing, like, oh, I know I have to get off the ball. I have to read my keys. I have to do this, because if I don't, then for one, I ain't I ain't getting paid. And for two, my spot's getting taken. So it's every single day just knowing, all right, what I gotta do and checking it off every single day. Then with the consistent part is just being aware of when you're not doing, for one, being aware of when you're not doing something right, and making mistakes, because some guys be a little defiant with that. And then also with it is just really every single day just recognizing what you're doing good and what you're doing bad. And when you're being consistent, you will know. because you will have major improvement.
Great answer. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I only got 2 more here, and then I guess just the final message. But have you ever talked trash to your opponent's parents? And I guess that would be, have they ever talked trash to you first, and then you proved them wrong?
Yeah, I have. So I'm going back rivalry game, and I have one of the parents saying, "Oh, you get." I normally tune this out, but they just kept saying it, so it's funny because I'm sitting here, I'm like, I'm killing it. Their kid right now, so they're getting mad, and they're saying like he's soft or whatever. So the next play, killed the kid again. So, yeah, I like to let my game do the talking, because when I feel like when you do too much talking, sometimes you can get out of your game. That's what some guys be doing. I don't like to do that.
Yeah, I mean, you won't be able to hear them at SHI, but I assume in high school you'll be able to hear them a little more.
Yeah, you definitely do. I try to tune it out though.
Yeah.
It gets a lot.
So last question here is, do you have a say on aux at practice? And if you do, if you ever have, what kind of jams do you put on or would you put on?
That's a good question. I like to listen to some. I do have aux. I do have aux. When I do, I like to listen to some. You got to start off with some Lil Baby, Meek Mill.
Yeah.
I like some. Oh, what are they called? Like the rock, like the metal music too.
Yeah. Okay.
I mix it up. It's definitely a mix of a lot of things. So Lil Baby, some Meek Mill, NBA YoungBoy, maybe some Chucky.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be listening to all that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's some good violence music for football.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, one question I had for you, and this is my last question, is, when you think about going to Rutgers, in some ways it's not just about football, it's also about you're going to get a great education and, really develop not just as a player, but as a person. So when you go to Rutgers, what areas of study interest you, and what, about Rutgers made you think it's the right place for you?
That's a great question. Really I'm going to Rutgers for culinary arts, so I want to be a chef. I want to own my own restaurant, and I also want to own my own cooking book. So at a young age, I love cooking. I always cooked with my grandma, so it's something that I wanted to do. And she passed away a couple of years ago, so that's something that I told her I'm gonna do before she passed away. And what was the other question?
Just generally what your educational interests are, and my dad was a chef, so if he were alive, he would be very happy to hear that. And you just kind of felt like Rutgers was the right fit for you. Is that?
They just stood out. It definitely was close with them in Oklahoma. I really liked Oklahoma. They had a lot of similarities, but I feel like Rutgers are more consistent, and I'm a guy, I like consistent, so that's where I went.
All right.
I'll tell you what we are building at Rutgers is a defense, and you're definitely going to help that out. I wanted to ask, because you bring up culinary arts and you want to own a restaurant, what kind of dishes are your signature dishes? And do you have one for Thanksgiving too, in particular?
I like to cook fettuccine Alfredo is my favorite, Cajun fettuccine Alfredo. But I really cook anything. I like cooking, so I really cook anything. And for my restaurant, I'll try to be as diverse as possible. I want to have everything.
Yeah. Got you.
I would recommend in any restaurant that you consistently play Elvis Presley, the greatest singer of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave's like, whatever, right?
We'll have some good tunes in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's all the questions.
None of the football pregame music though. None of that.
None
of that.
I mean, it's your restaurant, and if that's an untapped market,
we won't have many people going there if you hear that type of music in the restaurant.
Never know. But anyway, yeah, I have one last question. If it might be a little redundant, but so we talk about how you chose Rutgers over these other bigger name schools, and I was saying to Adam, actually, because we were following your recruitment along with plenty of other 2026 recruits, how when it would come down to 2026 and then these other powerhouse, or to Rutgers and then these other powerhouse schools, people would say, oh, Rutgers has no chance. I always saw it as, if you're still interested in the same level as another school that's a powerhouse school, I think we're doing something right. So, with that being said, what is your message to anyone in a similar predicament, especially in the Pennsylvania area? You know, when you're pretty close to Columbus, Ohio, pretty close to State College, Pennsylvania. What would you say is the factor that keeps Rutgers in the mix and in the Final Five or the Final Four, whatever it may be?
Like for one, when I broke it down, because I had a lot of school. There's definitely a lot of I had a lot of great opportunities. But top five was just really about what schools really were consistent, what schools I really enjoyed being at or liked. And Rutgers said as much time they were just more consistent. For people in the recruitment process right now, you got to see, all right, what schools being more consistent with recruitment, with every little thing that they're doing. You could just see that, all right, like you go there and you're actually watching them practice. You could see that, okay, they're getting better. You can see that all guys are in when they're in a meeting, they're all locked in. So you just see that, and you can tell the coaches, even when you're there, they're still interacting with you. They're still being consistent with what you got going on. Some coaches in this recruitment process will hit you up, and maybe you won't hear from them in a week or two. And I'm not saying like a coach every single day message you, but it's just the little stuff and how they deliver their message. That's what matters to you. That's what you got to realize. How do coaches deliver their message? Is it a message that goes out to 100 recruits, or is it a message that's personally that they call you or they message you? That's something that they remember that you told them. It's the little stuff that matters.
Yeah, it makes sense. And also, so we talk about Coach Shiano, and I was on 247 Sports just to get some more information about your recruitment process. And so, what's your relationship like with Julian Campenni?
He's from this area. Went to Wyoming area. Been in contact with him for a while now. So it's just keep growing our relationship. And also with it is they flew in helicopter at my school, so I got a good buzz around the
Oh my God.
area. Yeah, so
Nice.
that got a good buzz around the area, and just being able to talk to them, both of them. Like Coach Campenny is a great guy, and like I'm saying, he was very consistent in my recruitment process.